Hello everyone, today I want to tell you about the Poppy Appeal, which is why I'm wearing this, and then I have 3 books on war that I think are fantastic that I want to encourage you to read. So first up, why am I wearing a paper poppy on me like this? We do this in the UK at this time of year, and it's to remember the people who have sacrificed their lives for our countries. So soldiers who have gone off and died in war or have come back from war. You know, some soldiers have post-traumatic stress, the trauma that they've been through. It's just to respect that, respect them for sacrificing their lives for our freedom. So this is called the Poppy Appeal. We buy a poppy, it's £1. We wear the poppy out of respect to show respect to everyone around us, that we respect the sacrifices that were made for us to live freely in our country. And what happens to that £1 that we paid for the poppy is the Poppy Appeal. It helps soldiers who have, you know, sacrificed their lives, it helps their families, it helps soldiers with post-traumatic stress when they've served their time in the army, it helps get them into work and education. It's fantastic charity. It's really just so amazing. They do it all year round. So if you're in the UK, buy a poppy for the Poppy Appeal. So on the subject of war, 3 books that really have touched me about war I want to encourage you to read. I've chosen a play, a graphic novel and a novel, so hopefully there's something here for everyone. First up, I'm going to start with Michael Morpurgo's War Horse. Oh my god. Okay, right. This is told from the point of view of a horse. You might think that sounds a bit lame, but it's not. It's, when I heard it, I didn't have high expectations, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So, it's told from the point of view of a horse. We're in the First World War. This horse is living on a farm, having a lovely life, and then all of a sudden it gets bought by the army. So the army went round rural farms in the UK and bought horses to put into the army. So this horse is then thrown into war, sees the soldiers, sees death, destruction. It is a heartbreaking book, and it's told from the eyes of the innocents, because you don't know anything about the politicalness of the war. Because it's a horse, you don't have any of the why are we at war, who is the enemy, what's going, you are completely confused. So it's as if it is told from a child's point of view, and that is so impactful in the eyes of war, because you can think of it as, you know, this side against this side and what they're doing, but to think of it just as an innocent, you know, civilian, this horse, it is heartbreaking. I didn't like the end. I thought the end was too Hollywood. I didn't think the end worked with it, but it's still a fantastic book that you should read. Give it a go. Next up, I have a play. This is Arthur Miller's Broken Glass. It's about a woman in America who all of a sudden becomes paralysed, but she's not paralysed. The doctor comes around and says, "You can walk, why aren't you walking? What on earth's going on?" And the whole book is really told from her doctor's point of view, talking to her husband, and they're saying, why has she stopped walking? And she's convinced that she cannot walk, and no one has no ideas. At this time, Hitler has come into power, and German thugs are smashing up Jewish stores, and that's why it's called Broken Glass, because there's broken glass all over the streets from these Jewish stores in Germany, and she has become obsessed with reading newspaper articles about this, and it's all about, you know, can you, when you feel deep pain for someone else, can you have kind of sympathy pain for that? And so her legs have stopped working because she's seen how terrible people are being treated, and it's alluded to that her husband might be Jewish but he's ashamed of being Jewish. It's also talking about Hitler, and there's a great bit in it when 2 men are saying Hitler wants to be seen as this strong, powerful man, and people look at him as a great leader and a powerful man, but really he is a spoilt child screaming out to be hugged and loved, and he's pathetic. And I think it's a fantastic play. And then last but not least, I have a graphic novel. This is Ethel and Ernest, A True Story by Raymond Briggs. Raymond Briggs also did The Snowman, which is fantastic, but this is a true story about Raymond's actual parents. So it starts off and they get to know each other, and it's about the fertility struggles and everything like that, and then Hitler comes into power, and it goes into that. Let me show you the art style. If you like The Snowman, then you'll like this. Absolutely gorgeous. The film is fantastic as well. The film is exactly like the book. Gorgeous. So it starts off, and it's so funny because the woman doesn't really read the newspaper, but the man is always reading the newspaper to her. So he's saying, oh, this man called Hitler's got into power. I wonder what he's going to be like. Oh, Hitler's released a book. He's released it in English. And she's like, oh, he seems like a nice man, this Hitler, because he released his book in English. He can't be that bad. And then they start getting into, you know, what Hitler's doing, and then the war breaks out and their house gets bombed, and then their child gets evacuated, Raymond, and they go to the countryside to visit him, and there's kind of that sadness of, my son is away from me, the country is in turmoil. It's everything to do with that. It is heartbreaking book, but a must read. So those are the 3 war books. Tell me if you have any others, and I will see you again soon for another video. Also, if you're in the UK, get your poppy.